Hello friends, today our team is going to explain about Java Persistence API.
Myself Sahil Rane and I will be explaining about Introduction to Java API. Introduction to Java API. JPA stands for Java Persistence API, which is a specification for object relational mapping in Java application. It is used to map Java objects to database tables and vice versa. JPA is a part of the Java EE Enterprise Edition and Java SE Standard Edition platforms. It provides a set of interfaces and annotations that allows Java developers to map Java objects to relational database. JPA abstracts away the complexities of SQL and database operations, allowing developers to focus on writing Java code and improving application logic. It simplifies database operations and make it easier for Java developers to manage data persistence. The Java Persistence API is a lightweight POJO-based framework for Java persistence. Object relational mapping is a major component of the API. It also offers solution to the architectural challenges of integration persistence into scalable enterprise application.
So hello everyone, myself Vishal and today I am going to talk about the Java Persistent API architecture and its units and descriptions. The first one, Entity Manager Factory. This is a factory class of Entity Manager. It creates and manages multiple Entity Manager instances. And the next one is Entity Manager. It is an interface. It manages the persistence operations of object. It works like factory for query instances. And the entities are persistence objects stores as records in the database. And entity transactions are it has one-to-one relationship with entity manager. For each entity manager operation are maintained by entity transaction classes. And the persistence, this class contains static method to obtain entity manager factory instances. And the last one, query, this interface is implemented by each JPA vendor to obtain relational objects that meet the criteria. And the key features of JPA architectures are POJO persistence. POJO stands for plain odd Java object and non-instructiveness. And the third one is object queries. Object queries, it is refers to the ability to query data from a relational database using object oriented syntax rather than SQL syntax. And mobile entities, simple configuration means all the features are configurable through the use of annotations or XML or a combination of both two. And the last one is integration and testability. Integration and testability are important aspects of any software development project, including projects that use JPA for persistence.
Hello, myself Akshit Rai, and I am going to explain about the POJO persistence and non-intrusiveness. So POJO means the plain old Java objects, which are relational database without there is no need of developers to write SQL queries or manage database in this POJO persistence. So POJOs are the Java objects that do not depend on any specific frameworks or library, making them simple and easy to use. JPA maps in POJOs to database tables using annotations, which defines the mapping between the fields of the POJO and columns of the database table. Like example, entity annotation is used to mark a POJO as an entity, and ID annotation is used to mark the primary key field in the of the entities in the Java. So POJO persistence API is allows developers to persist plain old Java objects to relational database without any complex SQL queries or database connections. So next is non-intrusiveness. It is the ability of JPA to persist Java objects to the relational database without any requirement of developers to modify any source codes of these objects. This is achieved through the use of annotations. This non-intrusive approach is beneficial for several reasons, like allows the developer to separate domain model from the persistence layer and making it easiest to maintain and modify the code. Also allows the developers to work with existing classes and libraries without having it to modify them to work with JPA. Since JPA provides a set of annotation that defines the mapping between the Java and database table, developers can use the same annotation across the different projects and frameworks, making it easier to learn and maintain the code.
Hello everyone, I am Kiran and I'm going to explain the few points of object queries and mobile entities. In object queries, what is object queries? It refers to the ability to query data from a relational database using object-oriented syntax rather than SQL syntax. Uh, it also provides a powerful query language called the JPQL, that is Java Persistent Query Language, which allows developers to write object-oriented queries that can be executed against a database. JPQL queries are written against entities, which are object Java objects that map to database tables rather than directly against database tables. JPQL also provides supports inheritance and polymorphism. Uh, Object queries in JPA allow developers to query data from a relational database using object-oriented syntax. Uh, these were some of the important points in object queries. And next, we have mobile entities. In mobile entities, this feature is particularly useful for mobile applications that need to work offline or have limited connectivity, as it allows data to be stored locally on the device and synchronized with the central database when a connection is available. Mobile entities in JPA provide several benefits, including the ability to work offline, improved performance, and responsiveness, and reduced network traffic. They also simplify the development of mobile applications, as developers can use the same Java Persistence API for both the local device and the central database. JPA provides a set of annotations called the Java Persistent Mobile Entity API, that is Java ME, that are designed specifically for mobile entities.
I am Shiva Krishna. I will be explaining another two features of the Java Persistence API. They are simple configuration and integration and testability. Simple configuration. It refers to the ability to configure JPA with minimal code and configuration files. JPA provides a default configuration that is suitable for most applications, and developers can override this configuration by specifying properties in a persistence.xml file. All the features are configurable through the use of annotations, XML, or combination of two. Annotations offer easy use that is unparalleled in the history of Java metadata. They are convenient to write and painless to read, and they make it possible for beginners to get an application going quickly and easily. With simple configuration, developers can easily get started with JPA and start persisting and retrieving data from the database. Integration and testability. Integration and testability are the two important aspects of any software development project, including projects that use Java for persistence. JPA provides several features that make it easy to integrate with other frameworks and to test JPA based applications. JPA integrates well with other Java Enterprise Edition technologies such as Java Server Faces, Java Servlets, Java Server Pages. This allows developers to easily build web applications that use JPA for persistence. JPA provides a set of APIs that make it easy to write unit tests for JPA based application. For example, the entity manager factory can be easily mocked or stubbed in unit tests, allowing developers to test their code without relying on a real database. JPA also provides the ability to create an in-memory database for testing purposes. Thanks for watching.